Aether, in terms of the chemical company, is in focus, and Harishri from Vizag has actually invested at 926 rupees per share. Counter currently trading down at 730, and her query is largely if she should wait for a possible increase or exit right now. Osho, would you recommend that trade right now on something like an Aether?
Very good morning. Firstly, yes, no doubt the counter has been into a kind of a sloping trend line, and there has been very strong resistance on the higher end. So there is technically the counter is into a weak position. So I expect the higher momentum in this counter is not looking very close on the technical chart. So better to exit the position at current levels because technically the counter is already into oversold terrain, and from here onwards there is very bleak chances of having a very decisive upsurge until we see a decisive move beyond the zone of 800, which is nearly 10% from current levels. So till that time, better to switch from the counter to some other chemical space counters for the time.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where Aether is concerned. We've got our next question from Ramesh, who's writing us from Dubai. He's purchased 100 odd shares of Happiest Minds at the levels of 722. He's sitting on a loss of over 22,000 rupees. Yes, he is, and wants to know if he can hold from a 1 year perspective or not. Astha, what's the view like?
So from 1 year perspective, definitely he can hold this counter. What we believe that this counter is well poised to move till the level of 570 to 580 odd levels. So at least for those levels, definitely he can hold this counter. Now talking about the fundamental of this counter, although what we have seen that their revenue conversion was not very strong, and there is some industry-wide slowdown which we are seeing in this counter, and that is the major reason that we are seeing that their revenue conversion is not strong, along with some discretionary spending tights were also there. But in the long term, I believe that especially the key vertical BFSI vertical will going to perform in the long term. So my idea here is to stay invested in this counter for a long term. Maybe in the short term we might see not a very strong upside momentum, but long term we can see levels till 570 to 580. So hold is a recommendation from my side.
We've got our next caller. Nishad is calling us from Mumbai. Nishad, hi, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yes, I wanted a long-term view on Ujjivan Small Finance Bank.
Okay.
I'm holding 1,000 shares at 36.
Okay, and what was the thinking behind buying this, Nishad?
I just thought with the rate cuts and the microfinance would get good and all.
Okay, got your question, Nishad. I'll take this up with Astha. And Astha, what's the view like for Ujjivan Small Finance Bank?
Long-term view is quite positive, and there are reasons behind it because whatever management has given the guidance for FY30 is around 1.8 to 2% of ROA with 16 to 18% of ROE, which they have given as a guidance, which looks to be very, very good or a strong guidance. So I believe long-term time horizon is definitely a good time horizon for this counter to stay invested in. Initial price target can be set at around 65 odd levels.
Got the view, Astha, and that's on Ujjivan Small Finance Bank.